You's a vegan, but you going ham. Yeah.
Hey YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in to Pretty Brown Vegan today. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. What's up to all my returning subscribers? I appreciate you. In today's video, I'll be showing you how versatile chickpeas can be. I'll be making my chickpea curry from scratch, as well as a pasta that is made out of chickpeas. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this. Alright, so we're going to go with the curry first. Just go ahead and heat some oil up in a skillet and toss in one whole chopped onion. I'm using a yellow onion. You guys can feel free to use a white onion as well if you prefer. All right, and then once those onions are translucent, we're going to go ahead and add in one whole can of chickpeas. I do rinse those off before I add those in. And then we're just going to go ahead and toss those around until they get a little more tender. And while we're waiting on those to get tender, if you guys enjoy this content, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. All right, so those chickpeas are looking tender. We're gonna go ahead and add in some fresh chopped ginger as well as some freshly chopped garlic, just a couple cloves. All right, once that's all tossed together, we're gonna go in with our seasonings. The seasonings kind of are the key to the entire recipe, so make sure that you use all of the seasonings, and you guys can definitely adjust the measurements to taste. I'm gonna put some suggestions down below as always, but these are the seasonings that I'm going with. You guys can just watch me toss those in. And while you guys are watching me toss all of these spices in, I do already have a chickpea curry recipe on my channel as well already that is using a pre-made sauce. So I do have a brand that I really love that has pre-made vegan curry sauces. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll put a card up on the video here somewhere so you guys can click onto that. Once you do get all your spices added in, go ahead and add in your crushed tomatoes. Use about 15 ounces here. Again, I'll put some suggestions down below in the box, or I'll just have a link directly to my actual food blog where I post all of my print recipes there. And then you're gonna go ahead and add in your veggie broth. And then we're just gonna let that simmer and thicken up and just keep it on the heat and stir it occasionally until we add in our cream. And I am using coconut cream, but you can also use coconut milk. There's a bit of cream that comes on most cans of full fat coconut milk unsweetened. There should be a creamy layer on top, so you can actually get a can of coconut cream, or if you can't find any and you can only get coconut milk, then go ahead and get a couple cans and just scoop the creamiest part off on the top. And then here, after I add in all of my cream, is where I go back in and I add in a generous amount of salt and pepper. I always, again, as I state, season to taste, but this kind of needs a little bit of sea salt here on it because I don't add any salt throughout really. I don't add too much, so I like to add my salt in at the end so I don't over salt the dish. You can also add in an optional squeeze of fresh lemon just to cut out some of that tomato acid from the crushed tomatoes. But that's it. It's super creamy and delicious. And I'm just going to go ahead and get some little garnish going and dig in. I served it over some basmati rice so you guys can enjoy this. And stay tuned so you guys can see how I make my chickpea pasta, which is also just as creamy and delicious. All right, so on this recipe, you also get some oil going in a skillet, and then we're going to start with our ground meat. I'm using the Gardein beefless ground, but you guys can also optionally do lentils in this recipe if you want to cut back on some of the processed foods here. If you're not into the prepackaged meats, you can also use some cooked lentils for this recipe as well, and it also tastes delicious, but this just gives me that meaty, delicious flavor that I really love. I love the Gardein brand, but you know, sometimes you have to cut back on those when you're trying to cut out processed meat. So anyway, just go ahead and get this tossed up in the oil and heat it throughout. And then go ahead and season this with some salt and pepper, and then we're going to remove that from the heat and get going on our onions and garlic. All right, so on that same skillet, if there's not enough moisture in there, add a little more oil and then go ahead and add in your chopped onion. I'm using half the chopped sweet onion here. And then we're gonna go ahead and add in a couple cloves of chopped garlic. And do your best to scrape up some of those bits off the bottom of the skillet, just all of that crispy remains from the garden. It just tastes so good. It just gives you that kind of crispy, meaty texture or flavor rather that you may be used to if you're transitioning into a vegan diet, you know, you're coming from eating ground meat. And then you're gonna go ahead and add in your Italian seasoning. And you can use all-purpose flour here, but I chose to go ahead and use some spelt flour. So whether you like to use all-purpose or spelt or chickpea flour, even they have flour made out of chickpeas, that would have been a great addition to this video. You guys can go ahead and use that and just go ahead and toss it up until it gets a little dark. And then add in some veggie broth and some tomato sauce. And then just keep working that together, and it's going to bring it up to a simmer and let it, you know, go ahead and thicken and reduce a little bit down before we add in our remainder ingredients. All right, and then this is the pasta that I'm using. This rigatoni is made from chickpeas. I pre-cooked it before I started filming, but just a tip for you guys, just to help the noodles from breaking up, as you'll see they kind of break up a little bit here on me, is if you do pre-cook them, rinse them under some cool water and you know, break them up with your fingers first before adding them back into the skillet. That'll just help soften them up a bit more so that they're not stiff from pre-cooking, so that they hold their shape a little bit better. So that's just a little tip that you guys might find handy. And then you're gonna go ahead and add in your coconut cream here. Same deal on this. I like to use coconut cream because it's a bit thicker, but if you can only get your hands on coconut milk, then just go ahead and scoop that thickest part off the coconut milk on the top of the can when you open it. And then we're just gonna go ahead and toss all of that together. Feel free to add in some additional salt and pepper for seasoning on this. And then we're ready to dig in and enjoy. This was so bomb. Like, no flex. Like, it was so delicious. Oh, I'm sorry, here, we forgot to add in the grated vegan cheese. That's optional, but I added in a copious amount of vegan cheese, and then it just melts and gets all creamy. But back to gushing over how good this is. It was super bomb, super delicious. I'm sure you guys will love it. Please let me know if you give it a try down in that comment section down below. Substitutes on this, as I stated, you guys can use regular flour instead of spelt flour if you have it. You can use regular pasta instead of chickpea pasta if you'd like, but this is it. Super good. Of course, I got to add in a little bit of garnish. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Bye, guys.